get off my lawn.
Good evening, viewers. Night at I here, and this is the third time I'm talking about an episode of Grimm's Fairy Tale Classics for Spooky Month. This episode is called The Faithful Watchman, which is an adaptation of The Grave Mound, so you know someone's gonna die in this episode. This is also the second episode I've reviewed. Mike Reynolds in it, voicing a miserly landowner. No Tom Wagner this time though. We do get Milton James voicing the devil, role he also had in the episode Bearskin.
You flatter me, I'm merely a demon.
Oh yeah, they may change that for some reason. But yeah, on to the fairy tale. A miserly landowner is absolutely giddy the wheat shortage, making him a fortune when he is visited by a disembodied voice, only to come to the horrific realization, having had a conversation with a bat, that the devil is after his immortal soul. Desperate to escape from his awful fate, the landowner supposes if he were to do a good deed, just perhaps the devil wouldn't want his soul anymore. It is his wind problem. He has absolutely no idea where to start, having never done a good deed in his life. Fortunately for him, President Landowner shows up at his house, and the landowner, turning on the charm, offers to give the farmer 8 pounds of wheat, a gold coin, and in exchange, the landlord asks the farmer to stand by his grave for 3 nights, should the landlord die at any point in the future. Now, I personally think that doing one nice thing for a random person wouldn't be enough to counter a lifetime of self-indulgence and poor treatment of those who are worse off than you, nor should it really count as a good deed, the only reason you're doing it, to escape damnation. Yeah, but I'm not in charge of how these things work, so what do I know? Landlord does die, and we get this line.
And though it may be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven, we hope for the landowner's sake that you'll make an exception in his case, O Lord. Though why you should, I don't know.
And that did make me laugh. We follow the farmer for the rest of the episode. While we see that he's a terrible coward, terrified to stay on the graveyard all night, his word proves to be stronger than his fears, and stands guard over the grave all night. On the third night, the farmer meets a soldier who's camping out in the graveyard, and informs his new friend about just exactly why the landlord wanted him to watch over his grave. Landlord's soul is vulnerable to being abducted by the devil the first 3 nights after his death, but needs someone to protect his grave before his soul can pass on. If the devils ever want to come, tonight's going to be the night. The farmer is quite justifiably terrified, is determined to keep his word, and is even able to convince the soldier to stand guard with him. The devil indeed shows up, and we get another line that has stuck with me ever since I first heard it.
All right, enough gate shot.
Gay used to mean something else. The devil could just overpower the pair, but instead he tries to bribe the soldier with gold to get him to step aside, and while it looks like it might work, the soldier argues that if the farmer were to break his word, that it should at least be worth his while, makes a bargain with the devil that if he can bring him enough gold to fill his boot, then they'll let him have the landowner's soul. In the original fairy tale, the devil makes a really funny line about knowing a banker, which could be a bit of social commentary about moneylenders, but here the devil just goes straight to the landowner's hoarded money that was established earlier. While the devil's gone, the soldier cuts a hole in his boot and places it over a hole in the ground so that no matter how many times the devil comes back with more and more gold, the boot never seems to get full. Unfortunately, by the time that it's almost done, the boot does get close to being full, and the devil does discover the trick, something that didn't happen in the original fairy tale. Well, because this is an anime, we gotta have an epic fight scene that takes place completely off screen and indicated by shaky cam. Yeah, this is really the only part of the episode I don't care for. In the parts we do see, the devils are completely dominating the fight, and he's only defeated when he's exposed to the light of the rising sun, which seems to vaporize him. I see we're operating by vampire rules here. Anyways, the episode ends with the landowner still ascending to heaven, and the farmer choosing to use the landowner's fortune to help others. While this isn't the most exciting episode, it's been one of my favorites since I first saw it. If there is a moral to be learned, I'd say it's not to be ruled by your fears. You can easily find this episode on YouTube, and the story it's adapting can be found online, so I recommend checking both out. Like The Night Spirit, this was dubbed, but never really appeared on Nick Jr., like a lot of episodes in this series. I'd say it's because it involves demons, but no, that can't be the case because I saw Bearskin on Nick Jr. as a kid, and that story's about someone making a bargain for their immortal soul with a demon. Well, with all that said, this is Night at I saying thanks for watching, and please share your thoughts with me.